Thank you so much for joining us at the inaugural Old Mutual Thought Leaders Forum. It promises to be a truly engaging day of compelling thought leadership, reimagining South Africa and where we'd like to take the pension fund industry for the country.
Our National Treasury estimated that only 6% of working South Africans will reach retirement age with sufficient savings to have a comfortable retirement. It's a scary number. So that's why we're here today. Not because we need another industry event, but because there is a challenge that needs to be addressed.
This event comes at a critical moment for the South African retirement industry. Millions of South Africans cannot save for retirement at all. We have to grow the economy to address these problems. To accelerate economic growth, we've been implementing structural reforms to make our economy competitive. And as confidence in the economy grows, so does investment, creating jobs. This will increase the retirement savings since more people will be employed and contribute towards the retirement funds. Initiatives like the Old Mutual Thought Leaders Forum are an important step in bringing about the improvements in access and outcomes that all in this industry wish to see.
Which countries, which systems in the world deliver the best, and what lessons are there for South Africa? Atop of the pops, the Netherlands, followed by Iceland, Denmark and Israel. What about South Africa? Down in C grade, 38 out of 47. So not last, but you'd have to say there's room for improvement.
That's quite a worrying statistic that, our main problem is not enough people are employed.
Contribution to pension funds cannot be seen in isolation. There is that adage about don't give a man fish, but teach them how to fish. When you're starving, it seems incredibly privileged to say, learn how to fish.
You can't tell me to save more and for longer if I don't have food on the table.
So what are some global trends that we are seeing where reform is needed? Pension coverage around the world has to improve. We've got to encourage private saving. We should be encouraging people to work a bit longer. The concept of everyone retiring at 65 is anachronistic. It's outdated. We need to be more flexible than that.
Once all the actuarial forecasts have been done, we're not talking numbers, we're talking people and their lived experiences, and policy has to reflect that.
I'm a big supporter of two ports. I think it's arguably going to be the biggest reform in our lifetime.
A big part of it is trying to reduce costs, reduce fees, and it's not going to be something this room likes to hear, but it's something we're very worried about.
So I'm going to talk about really the rise of digitization in workplaces and how it's really created a big importance for us to make work more human-centric. So we're past the whole getting people to work at home, come back in the office debate. We're into the let's start automating this.
What resonates when you start speaking to some of our clients is flexibility. What our members are looking for is, do you know what it is that I'm going through? And can you meet my needs of today while helping me understand what tomorrow might look like?
To get productivity, you need engagement. So unless we are productive, it actually doesn't matter if we are retaining employees. So flexibility, and engagement.
In my own perspective, we have to see artificial intelligence as an augmentation to the work that we do, rather than supplement or replace us is going to be critical.
And let's then help develop and implement a human-centric value proposition that helps employees both in the short term without compromising their long-term financial security.
But the question many are asking is whether DC plans are delivering. Even the most highly praised systems have issues. So today, I would talk to you about the topic of collective defined contribution, or CDC for short. Collective DC can be used to improve pensions at retirement by as much as 30% on average. And CDC can offer a target inflation-linked income, which has been generated from their contributions. It's payable for life, and it does not require them to make big, complex financial or investment decisions.
Thanks, Mishma. I'm hearing some real upside in terms of the opportunities from an investment perspective.
There's a profound implication of the move from DB to DC, and that is that we have completely shifted the risk of living longer onto each individual member. The consequences is some people are way better off than they would have been a DB fund. Others are way worse off. And the difference between those two are sometimes just a few years.
We've ingrained in people that it's investments, when in reality, individuals should be purchasing an income.
Increasingly, we are moving away from a focus on capital protection at retirement, and we're moving towards income protection.
The can is being kicked down the road. There is a social and a moral obligation on us as an industry. This is about fundamentally rethinking our ability to deliver better outcomes.
In a landscape where trust is paramount, the ability to have meaningful, honest dialogues has become more important than ever. Enabling better human outcomes has to become the non-negotiable.
Now, the fundamental problem we're trying to solve is around insufficient savings at retirement. You can see all of those propositions are producing good inflation-beating returns. However, with smooth bonus funds, they take in even lower amounts of risk.
The bottom line is the member. At the end of the day, all of us are here looking for solutions that are in the best interest of the member.
This topic of good retirement incomes ends up touching everything, from unemployment to inequality to our human-centered approach to real human needs to balancing the long and the short term.
You got to say, what part of the value chain am I in? What is it that I can do? And hope that to the extent that everybody does that, it'll have a very significant impact.
To change things, sometimes we need to reach a tipping point. And I think the more we engage, the more we talk, the more we get different perspectives, we'll get closer to more innovative solutions.
The differentiator between one thought leadership forum and another is the courage to go into uncharted waters. You looked at everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you did it with such sensitivity. So thank you to all of you for that.